In this video, I'm going to be talking about the dark side of ChatGPT. Now, don't get me wrong, I am a huge fan of ChatGPT. I love ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT a lot in my business and in my day-to-day life. And heck, I even have ChatGPT write, poems and love songs for my wife. And I do a lot of fun with ChatGPT and I'm building products on ChatGPT. But a lot of times, no one is actually talking about the dark side of ChatGPT. And what do I mean by the dark side of ChatGPT? Well, there are certain ways you can use ChatGPT that could be potentially harmful to you in the future, long term, or even in the short term. And I'm going to be talking about some of these things that I thought about and I came up with this list. And I think that you should also be thinking about these things as well as you use ChatGPT. ChatGPT is going to be a game-changing technology. It already is, and it's going to help us build massive wealth and massive value. But of course, that comes with its downsides as well. And that's what we're going to be experimenting and talking about in this video. And by the way, if you are interested in the intersection of AI slash ChatGPT and marketing and growing a business slash entrepreneurship, I talk about that on my channel. So subscribe so you can see more of my videos talking about these things. And of course, you can go into my channel and see some of the other videos I've created talking about the intersection of AI and marketing as well. So let's dive in. Well, the first thing you have to be worried about if you find yourself doing this thing is, if you solely rely on ChatGPT to help come up with all of your ideas. Now, don't get me wrong, ChatGPT is great to help you come up with ideas, but you don't want to allow ChatGPT to do all of your thinking for you. That does two things. It weakens your ability to think for yourself. It makes you lazy intellectually. And, if anything were to happen, say ChatGPT kicked you out or you didn't have access to it, then what would you do, right? So as a human, you are a creative person, you're a creative being, and you are meant to keep creating and coming up with ideas. So don't allow ChatGPT to rob you of the opportunity of improving and honing your skill of coming up with ideas. Especially if you're an entrepreneur, you need to be always coming up with ideas to innovate your products. And even if you're just someone who is normally interested in personal growth and development, coming up with ideas, original ideas by yourself is very, very crucial to your personal growth and development. So make sure that while you're relying on using ChatGPT to help you come up with ideas, you're not fully relying on it and using it as a crutch. You also want to be honing your own skill and keep improving your ability to come up with ideas. So you're a creative being, and your ideas are what makes you special. They're what makes you you. So definitely make sure you're always leaning into that. And if you find yourself being lazy and just relying on ChatGPT to come up with all of your ideas, then you definitely need to be aware of the fact that you are falling into the dark side. So that's something to be wary of. The second thing is, if you find yourself just copying and pasting the results from ChatGPT, that's not a good thing. You can't 100% trust all of the information that ChatGPT gives you. Now, the way ChatGPT, gives out the information, it does it with supreme confidence to make you feel like everything is absolutely correct. But that is actually not the case all of the time. Again, there's a lot of amazing accuracy to what ChatGPT provides, but it's not 100% accuracy. And you need to be wary of that. You need to understand that. And you need to be able to apply your own knowledge and your own experience of actual reality to the information you're getting from ChatGPT. Right now, ChatGPT is trained on data set up until 2021, and you have to be cognizant of the fact that some of the data you might be given by ChatGPT is actually not accurate beyond 2021. Now, I'm pretty sure in the next few months that will be fixed with the new update. But still, even when the new update comes, just like how you go on the internet right now, you can get information about anything. But that doesn't mean that you should take all that information hook, line, and sinker. You have to be able to add your own contextual knowledge and be able to understand, okay, how factual, how accurate is this data, and of course, do that homework yourself. The third thing you think to be worried about is if you trust solely on AI, ChatGPT, for all of your information. While ChatGPT is good at giving you information, you need to be able to still go out and find contextual information for yourself or nuanced information for yourself. What do I mean by that? Well, sometimes the answers to questions are not just black or white. It's somewhere in the gray scale. So for example, if you're thinking of ways to grow your business, I mean, you can obviously go to ChatGPT and say, give me ideas to grow my restaurant, or give me ideas to grow my marketing agency. Well, it would probably give you some suggestions, but that doesn't necessarily mean it would work for you. You might need to go out and actually talk to your customers, talk to mentors, talk to a coach, or talk to somebody who is already at the level you want to be, to help give you some more nuanced perspective that are somewhere in the gray scale, that are not obvious to you. And those are some of the things that you need to be doing on a day-to-day basis if you want to grow in your personal life and your business. So you need to obviously be going out, talking to people, interacting with the world, understanding what trends are by speaking to real living, breathing things, people. Sometimes ChatGPT is not able to bridge that gap. Again, ChatGPT is helpful, but you need to add that in addition to going out and actually talking to people, being involved in the real world. That is definitely a way to use ChatGPT. So you are definitely slipping into the dark side if you find yourself relying only on ChatGPT to come up with ideas and information to grow your business. The fourth one is if you find yourself stop thinking outside of the box. If you find yourself, just limiting yourself to what you get on ChatGPT or what AI can provide for you, then you are definitely slipping into the wrong side. The interesting thing about AI and machine learning is that it's only as good as the data it is set up to is trained with. It's not going to help you think outside of the box. It's not going to factor in extra information, contextual information that only us as humans can really think about. So if you find yourself, you stop thinking outside the box, you stop thinking of some of the other things that are not in the data, if you will, then of course that's a problem and you're falling into the dark side. So AI is purely logical. It has no moral position as well. So you need to be able to feel comfortable to think outside the box, to stamp your own authority, to be original, to come up with unique ideas and thoughts in addition to everything that ChatGPT is providing for you. And you don't want to be limited by the programming of ChatGPT. You want to exceed the limit and think outside of the box. The fifth thing that I want to share with you in terms of some of the potential dangers of the dark side of ChatGPT is you stop giving your opinions, or you stop, having original thoughts and ideas because you just want to be more on the logical side. So one of the beauties of us as humans is that we have our ideas and our thoughts that are shaped by multiple factors, shaped by your upbringing, shaped by your religious views, shaped by your views of morality, if you will. Now, ChatGPT and AI can't do that for you. And if you want to be original in your business, in your copy, you don't just want to go to ChatGPT and say, create a copy for this product or brand. That is good. It will give you a pretty decent copy. But if you want to stand out, if you want to really be different, you have to infuse your own personality into the copy. You have to infuse your own way of thinking, your own belief system, and that's what makes you original. That's what makes you separate and standing out from everybody else. So again, the idea of this video is that while ChatGPT is good and it's great and it's going to help us do amazing things, build wealth, build lots of value, do things faster, you need to understand that it's just there to help you. It's not the be and end all, and you have to use it that way. So, how should you be using ChatGPT, and how should you be thinking about using ChatGPT? Well, you should be using it for research and data to help you with your research for any of your projects. That's what ChatGPT is great at. You need to use it to improve your writing. So if you've written a copy already that talks about your belief system, your ideas, your morality, whatever it is, you can then put that into ChatGPT to help you come up with a better way of explaining and sharing that. That's a great use case for ChatGPT. Also, you can use ChatGPT to brainstorm and come up with ideas, different variations about a product, different variations about what you can offer the market, how you can say that. ChatGPT is great with coming up with ideas. And of course, if you want to find different available options about a certain topic. So for example, example, you're thinking of building a tool, say in the blockchain space, for example, you want to know all the different options and different things you can do in that space. ChatGPT is great for giving you multiple options about a topic, so that way you have a lot more data to act on and make decisions on. So that's what ChatGPT is also good for. Also, ChatGPT is good for doing repetitive work. So if there's like different types of tasks that are repetitive, you're doing the same thing over and over again. Generally, AI is good for that, but also ChatGPT is great for that. So you want to be doing that. And if you want to find a better alternative to Google search, something that will give you the precise answer you're looking for, ChatGPT is great for that. So these are like some of the good ways to use ChatGPT, and you want to make sure that you're avoiding the dark side of ChatGPT. By the way, my name is David. I run a lead generation marketing agency where I provide leads and help coaches, consultants, and agencies grow their business by having a lead generation system installed into their business so that they can grow their revenue. And if you're interested in in getting some help with your lead generation, feel free to reach out to us. Also, we are building an AI based platform that will actually use AI to generate leads for you via LinkedIn and hold conversations at a high level using AI. We're building that as well. So if you're interested in learning more about that product, visit us at leadgenius.ai. So LEAD Genius GENIUS.ai to learn more about that project and how we can help you in your business to grow your revenue. And if you like this video and you think this video makes sense and you're interested in my content, then of course subscribe. Let us know your questions in the comments, and you can go into my channel and watch all of my other videos where I talk about the intersection of AI and marketing and how you can use those two things to grow your business. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.